This video shows you how to guide and position the lead tip at the right ventricular apex using electrocardiography. As you advance the lead, observe the variations in the amplitude of the P wave and the QRS complex displayed on the monitor to determine the location of the lead tip. The sum of the electrical forces will be negative if the depolarization is moving away from the lead tip, and positive if the depolarization is moving towards the lead tip. Signals appear to have smaller amplitudes when the lead is further away from the heart, for example, when you are in the jugular or the subclavian vein. The P wave grows as the lead tip approaches the atrium. At the top of the atrium, the P wave and the QRS complex are negative because the electrical forces are moving away from the lead tip. As the tip is advanced further into the atrium, the P wave becomes positive. When the lead tip passes through the tricuspid valve, the QRS complex grows in amplitude and the P wave shrinks. If the lead tip is free-floating within the ventricle, large QRS complex can be seen. A STEMI injury pattern denotes a proper placement in the right ventricular apex. In addition to interpreting the EGM signal, watch the length of the lead. If you notice that the complexes are getting weaker, you are likely to be off track. A small positive P wave indicates that you may have entered the inferior vena cava, whereas if the P wave inverts and the QRS complex suddenly shrinks, you may have entered the pulmonary artery. Here are some additional tips and tricks. Be wary of the direction that the lead bends when inserting it into the jugular vein. At the beginning, measure the length between the jugular vein and the RV apex by laying the lead over the patient's chest. Lastly, remember that an inverted P wave implies that you are above the atrium.